What I think is the most important quality about the Business and IP Center is that it provides a unique repository of both materials and expertise to help people do key market research to get their business started.
My name is Maria Zada, and I'm the Managing Director of Widerworth Training. We provide disability equality training, both online and face-to-face. What we've done so far is mostly worked in face-to-face training, but we are now sort of developing a library of videos that we can use for our online training, and we'll be focusing on our future marketing to develop that so that we can sell more online training and take it from there. So I'm hoping that the company will expand, hopefully soon, more toward the online side of things, because I think it will also help me balance more work and family. When I needed to apply for a grant, I couldn't find the right information that I needed. I needed to do market research, and by myself I just couldn't do it. So I came into the Business and IP Center. The staff there were very helpful. They just sat down together with me, and we looked through all the databases available, all the different searches that I could do, and I found the information that I was looking for. And then, in the end, my grant application turned out to be successful. My experience of using the British Library and the Business and IP Centre was very, very positive, because I came in and I found the right space to do some research and some quiet to reflect on how to take the business forward. So it's been really useful for me. So I will definitely recommend to anyone who is looking to develop their business or thinking about a business idea to come in here and get the advice of the staff, because they're really, really helpful.
Hi, Jason Nish. My company's called Milky Mooka Limited, and we create and manufacture healthy milk-based soft drinks. The research that I've done at the Business and IP Centre, it was essential to my business because it gave me the knowledge of the market, the major players in the market, the value of the market, and the trends of the market. You know, it was perfect for that. The databases in the Business IP Centre, they're industry specific. So I've got a database of 5,000 contacts in the food and drinks industry, which I've got from here. If I didn't do my market research, I think that I might be at a standstill, because the market research is a foundation of your journey, and for any journey you have to be equipped. So industry knowledge, it's all part of your foundation. The databases, you know, the market trends. Research your market, research the trends, research the players in the market, and get a comprehensive database if it's available. And obviously, like to say, Minter reports. So once you have this information all in one place, and it will take you hours and days to get it anywhere else. Once you have this information, then you'll be able to continue fluently on your journey.
My name is Taz Basunia.
I'm Imran Mirza.
And I'm co-founder of a confectionery business called Jealous.
And we make sweets for grown-ups as opposed to children. And there's no artificial colours or flavours.
Vegetarian, gluten-free.
So there's no gunk or junk.
Effectively healthier.
And we're trying to bring credibility back to candy.
People always go, how on earth did you know what to do? Well, a huge part of it, honestly, was the British Library and a lot of research.
I came across a British Library fact sheet, and it had all these reports on the confectionery markets, and I thought, oh, that looks interesting. So I came along and was just fascinated by how much information was here, and it was all free. And that was a big thing, because these reports are so expensive. Like, one report's like normally about £1,600, which is a lot of money. So I was just like, I spent hours and hours here. Being at the British Library, you've got all the information, you can talk to staff members.
The British Library has been very important for us over the last 2-3 years since we started. I think going forward it's going to be even more important, not only just for researching in the confectionery sector, but also into other various sectors, whether it be in food or whatever. I mean, the amount of books and the amount of information contained in this library is incredible, so it'd be a waste not to use it.
My name's Sabina. I run a fashion label called Mottasim, which does cocktail and wedding dresses, ones that brides love wearing again after their big day. I've always been interested in fashion, and I spent several years on the high street and I did a fashion degree. I harboured dreams of one day running my own business, and for years it stayed just that, a dream, because I didn't know what the idea was. And then a friend of mine commissioned me to do a cocktail style wedding dress, and after that other orders quickly followed, and it suddenly occurred to me that this could be a really good business. Once I'd got my idea, I hadn't got a clue how to turn that into a viable business. So I started spending all my time at the Business and IP Centre researching market research reports and looking at bridal wear trends and women's wear trends, and it really helped put my business plan together. The most valuable thing that I used at the British Library for my business plan was looking at all the Mintel reports, which are market research reports on virtually every single industry. And I looked at bridal wear, retail and women's wear, and it showed that a lot of women were now choosing to get married abroad, which meant that you needed lighter fabrics and more non-traditional styles. And the number of non-traditional weddings was on the rise too, and this also affected the kind of dress that people chose. It really confirmed that I was definitely on the right track with my business.
My name's Jim Shake. I'm the Managing Director of Yumi Limited, and we've developed a self-forming baby feeding bottle. The key aspect of the Yumi is that it takes fridge milk or fridge temperature feed and brings it up to breast milk temperature within a minute. I was visiting the British Library doing some research on another topic, and then I picked up a leaflet on the Business and IP Centre. It just so happened at that time I was researching the background to the bottle business, and some of the databases that the leaflet indicated were available seemed very useful. The data sets that I was interested in were the demographics of the country, but also some of the market test data that is collected and is available, but quite often is costly. And I found that data here at the Business and IP Centre. And the sort of data we're interested in was how people bought baby bottles, feeding products in general, and basically all the data you need as a business to try to scope the business before you go out and write a business plan.
My name is Dana Elimara. My company's called Organic, and what we do is we produce a really rare special oil called argan oil in a small village in the southwest of Morocco. One thing that I really appreciated here was the free courses. In particular, I went to an intellectual property course here, and if I hadn't have gone to that, and this was at the very start, pre-launch of my business, I wouldn't have even thought about trademarking my business name. Soon after I launched my business, I had at least 2 companies try to use my business name for the same thing, and because I had trademarked it, I could just send them a scary letter and they took it down. Otherwise, it would have been a completely different situation, and I'm so grateful for that.
My name is Gemma Pierce and we are Loop Wheels. We have designed, make and sell wheels for bicycles with integral suspension. One of the things that we knew right from the start was going to be really important for our product was to protect the IP, because we believed that it really was something new. I didn't really understand very much about patents and trademarks and design registration, so I got a lot of information about that, which was really useful. We have patents pending, we registered the design in several territories globally, and we have more than 1 trademark on our invention as well.
My name's Jessica Rose and I run the London Jewellery School, which is basically a place where people learn to make jewellery. One of the really useful things about coming to the centre is we were able to trademark our logo. I really needed advice on how I could protect our brand without kind of infringing on anything else. The IP Centre was really good for that because I was able to speak to someone who was impartial, I didn't have to pay for, and I was able to just get feedback and advice as to whether it was worth even applying for a trademark.
My name's Bertie Stevens and I'm from Flubbit, and what we do is we're an online e-commerce website, and when you've done the research and you're ready to buy, you tell us by simply copy and pasting a URL into a form on our online site, and what we do is we go and create you a better offer on the product you want to buy. So we work out exactly what you would have paid, and then we make you that lower price, so you can always buy whatever you want at a discount, whether it's on sale or not. My co-founder, Adele Luatani, introduced me to the Business IP Centre. We attended a variety of different types of workshops. One of them was the trademarks and the registrations workshop, which was incredibly useful because just a few weeks later we got into a discussion about our trademark, and we knew the answers to it because of that workshop. From taking the course, we went straight out and protected our logos and our taglines and brand names. And there were a number of things which we knew from the IP Centre we might not be able to get, but we actually got through the system, which was great. And that we learnt from being able to approach it in different ways when we went to register it. So now our brand is completely protected, both in the UK and Europe. And it means we don't have to worry about that part, and we can actually focus on the business side of things rather than our brand being diluted by maybe a competitor.
IP is everything in a product, and to protect that, you've got a lot more valuable company. It really is essential these days to protect your idea and to make the most of what you've got at a very early stage. The workshop really helped us to find out how to search the database that's in the British Library, and so by doing that we found out what was already out there, what other patents were already in the space. So we could work out whether it was worth pursuing initially and whether to take it further. And then when we decided that, it also helped decide what we could actually patent with our idea. With this knowledge that the British Library helped us with, we managed to draft the whole patent application ourselves and then just pass it to a patent lawyer who reformatted it and filed it for us. In this way we saved at least a couple of £1,000.
I'm Mandy Haberman and I'm the inventor of the Anyway Up cup. It's the first totally non-spill cup in the world. I first had the idea when I saw a child with a conventional cup full of Ribena running across a room, leaving a trail of pink sticky stains across the carpet. And I thought if only you could have something that sealed when it came out of the child's mouth, then that would be perfect. So this is it, the Anyway Up cup. So having come up with the idea, the next step for me was to find out if I was the first person to have the idea. So I went along to the library and I looked through all of the prior art, everything I could find. I couldn't find anything particularly relevant to what I was doing, so I took out my first patent. The cup was a huge success. I mean, we took about 40% market share in the UK, 75% market share in Germany very, very quickly. And that's when I realised the importance of intellectual property. I had my idea. Because it was successful, inevitably it was copied. And because I had patents, I was able to go to court and defend my idea and enforce my patent rights, and that meant that I kept my monopoly in the market. And so basically it's made me a lot of money. If I hadn't have had the patents, I wouldn't have made anything. Overall, it's been really an amazing journey, and I've learnt a huge amount. And the library and the Business and IP Centre has been a hugely important part of everything that I've done. And it's fantastic that because I think there's not very many women who are inventors, it's great that the Business and IP Centre hold events, and it's given me the opportunity to actually encourage other women. And I've spoken at women entrepreneurs events, and that gives me a great thrill, and it's lovely to see other people just setting out along the road.
My name is Birgitte Leidem. My business is called Baby Beamers, and Baby Beamers is based around the Sunsnoozer, which is a pram cover I designed when my daughter was a baby. The first time I heard about the Business and IP Centre was at a networking event where one of the other mumpreneurs told me, oh, by the way, have you tried British Library Business and IP Centre? I looked online, I thought, okay, I could really do with one of those patent workshops, and they were all free anyway, so I thought, okay, I'll sign up for that. Went in, and it was just the most amazing thing ever. I came in with 4 or 5 different ideas and sort of just got inspired, but via the centre, I quickly found out which business idea was the best one and how to approach it the best way. I basically did workshops in everything that surrounded being a small business. Because as a small business owner, you have to put a different hat on pretty much every hour and do the different things, because you can't, well, I couldn't afford to outsource anything, so I had to do everything myself. The people here seem genuinely passionate about helping people start businesses. I think for me that was the biggest reason that I kept coming back, was that the staff here are just amazing.
My name's Anthony Lau and I'm the Managing Director of Cycle Hoop Limited. My company designs and manufactures cycle parking for local authorities, and we're helping to solve the two biggest problems of theft and the lack of cycle parking. I formed the company a year and a half ago. That's when I first heard about the Business and IP Centre. There were some very useful lectures that I attended in workshop sessions, especially those regarding marketing, finance, basic business finance. I used the intellectual property services quite a lot. As a designer, that's what you need, and that's what's most important about our business. It's our IP.
Hi, I'm Teresa Lee. My business is Ladudu Limited. It's a Vietnamese cookery school mobile. I go to people's houses and teach them how to cook Vietnamese food. I also organize cooking classes and workshops. I also do business lunch, team building experience, and get them involved in rolling some of the food and having a bit of fun themselves as well. I went to one of the Inspiring Entrepreneur events. There was some 1 month dedicating to all the workshop around food. I find that really, really helpful. Yeah, and even have the opportunity to ask the guy from Innocence how they start up their business and how they actually got their first finance back up to take it further, a step further. So it's really interesting and helpful. Yeah, I'm looking forward to go to many future events as well.
I met three really fantastic people that helped me through the centre. One was Mark Sheehan, which is an inventor and also has lots of experience in licensing and IP. The other person I met was Doug Richards, very inspiring, and also lots of very useful tips being an experienced businessman.
I think it's useful to network with other entrepreneurs, because you kind of buzz off each other, because it's a very sort of niche area that you go into and no one really understands what you're doing until you meet other entrepreneurs and you realise you're not the only one that's struggling day in, day out, sort of with the highs and lows of running a business. So that's definitely worthwhile. I think anyone starting a business should definitely network. It just gives you that, keeps you sane.
One of the most invaluable things about coming to the centre is kind of networking with other budding entrepreneurs. And I have made some really interesting contacts and actually even friends as well that I've stayed in touch with over the years, and kind of it's amazing to watch their businesses grow alongside yours. There aren't that many places where you can find that, and the centre is such an amazing resource, and we're really lucky in London to have something like that on our doorstep. It's very exciting times and lots of things in the pipeline, and I'm sure we'll be using the centre a lot as we go forward to develop our business.
My name is Jo Ayubi and my company is Track Surveys. And what we do is we provide a service to companies which allows them to manage their employees' performance and improve that performance using online tools to gather consistent and regular feedback. One thing about growing a business is different from starting a business. Often it's almost easier to start a business, but you get to a stage where sometimes you can get stuck and you know you want to build it. So the program, the Innovating for Growth program, was able to help us to focus on the things we had to do to get to the next level. Since we've been on Innovating for Growth, we've made great strides in business. We've won a lot of new business, and we've started to develop our strategy for the future. So it has made a big difference to our confidence as well. Innovating for Growth is an amazing opportunity because the level of support you get both from the group sessions, but particularly the one-to-one sessions, so it's completely about your business, is incredible.
My name is Ken Davey, and I'm the founder and managing director of Smarter Grower Champagne. It's a business that specialises in grower champagnes, which are produced by the smaller houses, so not the large brands, family businesses, but producing quality champagne and being recognised particularly by the sommeliers here in the UK. We specialise and represent 6 houses at this moment. What this programme did is it put you in touch with real experts who were interested in giving their opinion about your business. Covered market research, strategy, branding, marketing and product. I think the 2 workshops that added most value to my business was strategy, which was with Robert Foster, and branding with Richard Ward. I think both gave me a real focus of what I should be doing. I think it's allowed me to, first of all, understand better where I am and where I need to go. And then secondly, I think particularly through the strategy interactions, have a much clearer idea of the specific things I need to do to help my business to grow. You have a great opportunity to have experts that would normally cost you a lot of money be absolutely honest about your business and give you some really incisive advice. That is just fantastic.
If you're thinking about setting up a business, then I'd really recommend the British Library IP Centre. It's a wealth of resources just waiting to be tapped into that can really make a difference to your business.